In this video, we're going to talk about the strength of the move of a coin and what we kind of anticipate the next move might be. Once again, we never know what's going to happen. All we have is probabilities. So this is one of the coins that one of my admins, actually my lead admin, he ended up doing. This is his results. I didn't get into this one. I was in other coins. And here's the thing too. Like with these coins, you don't have to be in every single one of them. You're gonna miss trades, just know that straight off the bat. But here, this was his post from yesterday, so today it's much more. But he's up 371%. Other members also took this trade, and they are absolutely killing it. So let's kind of do a little bit deeper dive on what happened and what might happen. So when the price ran up, of course, we're expecting it to pull back at some point, because again, as I always mention, there's two things price is going to do. One, go up until it's done, and then go down until it's done. So here we went up, we pulled back a little bit, continue trying to fight, and what you'll see is that this extension leg is much larger than this extension leg, which is much larger than this extension leg. So you can see that the legs are getting smaller, and normally when that happens, that's basically just running out of fuel, and the price should potentially come down. Price comes down, breaks this level. This right here would have been really nice to enter a short to attack all of this right here. Now, granted, I'm going to be showing you the thought process in the moment versus, after the fact. So here, this is what we would have done. Came down, started coming up just straight up shot. Depending on our stop loss, there's a pretty good chance I personally would have been stopped out because my stop loss would have probably been here. Others may have been here, just depending on the percentage. Let's just see. Let's see if I entered here. Yeah, my stop loss would be here. There's no way it could do here. Unless, here's a trick, guys. Unless you're scaling in on this trade. So you're doing other entries. For example, you enter here with another entry here and another entry here, just in case it does like another top or slightly higher. And you can see it high, slightly higher, in reference to just the kind of bodies. So what you could do is you could also have your entry here, another entry here, maybe one here, and then the last one here in case it does come up here before coming down. Now, in order to do this, what you're doing is you're reducing your average entry price. Now, the trick on this, for it to be effective, is for you to double down every time you enter. For example, let's say here you did $25. For this next entry, it would have to be $50 in order for your average entry to make a significant amount of, as soon as it rolls over, you're in profit. And then for this entry, this was 25, this is 50, this is 100. Because if you're just doing 25, 25, 25, you're going to see your average entry barely move. Versus when you double it, you move it significantly. So 25, 50, 100, this one would have to been, let's just say we do total of 4. So this one has to be like 200. Now, just remember though, if your stop loss is, let's say somewhere up here, that if you lose, you're losing, from this level, this level, this level, and this level. So there's going to be four trades that you're paying fees on and everything else. So there's pros and cons to everything. Now, let's go ahead and look at what ended up happening. So it came all the way up here into this kind of zone. So we have from this to this, candle body close, candle wick, creates a zone. We enter the zone, we start dumping hard. Now, if you want, now I don't trade like this, but if you want, you could have, and again, this is all woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda, in this moment, you could have entered a short here with a tight stop loss here with the anticipation that it might come down. We don't know, because what could happen, and this is where I differ myself from everybody else, where they show you how you should have made money and could have made money. Here, we could have came down to about here, 50% of this to come up again, come back down, and now we get stopped out. And now this long continues. The FOMO continues. So this is a higher risk trade, and this should be yellow. So let's go put this in yellow. Yellows are aggressive, whites are safer. And this would have been a safer one, but we got stopped out. Here's aggressive, and we're looking for a potential, short for it to just keep on rolling over. But this could have happened. Then price doesn't, and here's the thing too, like these prices, they don't have to follow these rules as far as 50%, 38%. They don't have to follow the rules. They can, I say this all the time, price can do whatever it wants. Sure enough, there's no stopping. It just comes down. It kind of stops here about between 68, 71%. Comes out here, kind of looks like it might want to fight. And then it just rolls over, gives up, takes away this to do this. Now, my thought process is okay. Because it broke this level, now we can short. However, this would be aggressive. Why? Let me know in the comments, guys. Why would this be aggressive? Pause the video. Let me know in the comments. All right, so now that we're back, if you paused it, the reason this is aggressive is because we went straight down. We didn't go down. We didn't go down, up, down, breaking this level, breaking this level. We did not do that. What we ended up doing was we just went straight down. So because of that, that's why this is aggressive. Now, let me go ahead and do this really quick as far as thought process. Now we're just going sideways. Boring. We enter the trade. We're anticipating it's going to come up to about here before coming down. So this would have been an aggressive trade. Here, as it's rolling over, this could also be an aggressive trade. Once it breaks this level, then this is when it's a safer entry. Hopefully all this is making sense. Put a 4 in the chat put a 4 in the comments if this is making sense. If you like the thought process videos, definitely smash the like if you haven't already. And this is what I'm doing. I'm showing you how to trade without charging you to show you how to trade. So if you want updated info as far as Bitcoin and everything else, then definitely join the VIP group. Of course, it's trade_intuition on Telegram, and I will show you like all these updates that I do for the groups on a regular, whenever they need to be done. So now let's get back to this. Now we break this zone. This created a zone. We don't know it's going to be a zone until after the fact. Now it breaks up. Okay. So now this thought process of it coming up here is voided. Why? Well, because we didn't come down and start going up. Now we have more price action and now it's going sideways. Now I'm thinking, okay, maybe all these buyers, everybody who missed out on this really nice gains, now they're probably thinking, it went to the 0.5. It's probably going to start going up now. Let me go ahead and enter. Breaks out of this zone. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, it went up a lot. I would have liked to have seen it come down more. However, we're breaking up. So this is saying, okay, well, let's go ahead and enter a long, because what might happen, we might come up here to this zone, pull back, and then either bounce here, which would be about 38, 50%, or maybe we come down to here. And this is from this leg. This, what you're seeing here, is from this a very large leg. So from this leg, pulling back to here would be great. Actually, pulling back to about here. But, since this is part of this leg, we can actually have it down here as well. So I'm thinking we may bounce here. So now I'm thinking bullish. Maybe the FOMO is going to continue, but eventually it's going to roll over. So what we're looking for is, the breaks of the lows, breaks of the highs. If it does come down even further, and again, I'm just looking at this leg. That's what's the important part. Possibly here. I don't want it coming down. This is from this moment right here, this high. I actually drew it on this side. From the low to the high, this is what I drew. No, I'm sorry. Let me see. Let's see here, 0.5. So this is the current one. This is what I'm looking at right now. So this right here is showing this leg. For this leg, you would draw it from here to get this thought process. I'm already ahead of myself. So now because it did not do this, come up here or come up here, now it's like, oh crap. You know, I'm thinking now we're going to go long and continue the FOMO, but it keeps on coming down. So now because it goes and it breaks below, let me draw it. So we're going to go from the low to the high. So this is actually in the golden pocket. So now because the price action breaks below this area, the 618, now I'm thinking, oh, if we bounce, which we should, we may come up to around here and now start coming down, maybe go in here for a little bit and then come down because of this. So do you notice how the thought process changes from bullish to bearish to bullish to bearish? Like we don't know what's going to happen. And of course, you can have indicators. You can have moving averages. The moving averages, they show the average of where the candle's closed. So we may get bounces there. However, the price can do whatever it wants. Again, how many times? Let me know in the chat. Have you had where you are thinking, oh, it's going to bounce off of the 200 SMA? Let's just say the 200 SMA is right here. It's going to bounce off of the 200 SMA, and it does, and it starts coming down. Oh, well, it's going to bounce off of the 200 SMA, and it breaks right through it. Let me know in the chat if that has happened. Just type in SMA. That's happened to me many times. That's why my theory, price does whatever it wants. And it's true. It does whatever it wants. Now, back to the thought process here. Since it continued coming down, I'm thinking potentially coming up, and now I'm bearish. However, it didn't go up. It just continued coming down, right, and broke through this zone 2, and now it looks like it's trying to fight. So now my thought process, because again, your thought process is always adjusting. So let me just clean up the chart just a little bit. So now my thought process is from this high to this low if we bounce here. I don't know if we will. This could come lower. If it does, then this gets adjusted. But if we bounce here, I'm looking for us to come up to at least the 382. And you can see that these kind of match up. These levels, they kind of match up. But I'm looking at this 382. This is the minimum I would like to see it go up to. So I'm thinking about right here before we do this, and then come up, and then come down. So once we lose this level, I'm pretty sure we're going to attack this level. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure, because this is showing weakness. Now, if it comes up to the 0.5, which is this next level, even better, because now I'm thinking we're going to do this. Now, if it goes into this golden pocket, this is when I get a little worried. Because now what I'm thinking is, oh, it might find support on the 382, which is right here, and then start coming up. And maybe the FOMO continues. To where now, let's say we do, here's our high, here's our lower high, and then potentially maybe a lower high, only to trick people to now start going up. So this is the whole thought process. Right now, I would lean more towards bearish. And the reason for it, look at this percentage. This is ridiculous. People are wanting to take profits. Out of nowhere, 1,500%. Out of nowhere. So people are wanting to take profits. So anybody who missed out on profits up here, as it's coming up, they may want to take some more profits, or profits to start with. And then, of course, the price may start coming down. Now, in order to do a short, would I short right now? The answer is definitely no. Why? It went straight down. I need it to come up to start rolling over, to be an aggressive entry, or to break a level. Now, if these levels are really close, or these pivots, if they're really close, I wait for the last pivot to break, and then I can do a short. But Joe, you missed all this move because you didn't get the top. It's okay. It depends on your risk. If you're a riskier trader, you would have taken the trade up here. For me, I'm not. And plus, I didn't see this. I mean, if I would have seen that it went straight up, there's a really strong chance I would have taken the short. I'm not watching it. You know, I'm watching other coins. And here's the thing, guys. You will miss trades. But if I would have seen this, and not because I see what happened afterwards, but just look at this. What goes up is going to come down. And once it came up here into our zone and started rolling over, good chance that it might play out. I mean, I don't know, because what could happen is it could roll over, find support here, and then start coming up, lower high, boom, get stopped out. Okay, well, at least I tried, you know, if I would have seen it. All right, guys, that's all I got. I do thank you very much. Please remember that every single day I show you how to trade. Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday at 4. We do this all over again. I don't bamboozle you and say, oh, I will show you my tips and tricks. I will show you my secrets only if you pay me. I don't do that. So I do thank you guys very much. We'll see you on the next video. Take care. Everything that I say is from experience. This is what's going to save you so much time, so much money, and so much effort. Like, it's super important. Now, if you're in the VIP, I have videos that are 3, 4, 5 minutes long on average. If you want to make money, I will show you how. I would offer the free group, but it's already full. I have a huge wait list. So more than likely, if I do let 3 or 4 people go, the spots are filled. Not only that, but when people do sign up for the VIP because they're making money in the free group, I am very, very invested to make you money in this free group so you can get the VIP. When those people leave the free group and get into the VIP, well, there's just so many more people that are trying to take their spot. I would strongly recommend getting the VIP. You're going to make money. Now, granted, none of this is financial advice. It's never hopes and dreams and empty promises, nothing like that. See what I do. See if this makes you money. I give you my real life experience based off of my trainings, based off of my teachings, what I would do at that moment versus what everybody else does, because they want to sell you their course. They want to sell you all that stuff. I show you that my stuff works. Do we win? Yes. Do we lose? Sometimes. That's part of the game. But what I do is I show you all this so that you can see, oh man, I lost today, but Joe said he lost too. So it's okay. That's what I want you to realize, guys. If you like the content that I provide, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and leave me a comment in the comment box. And I'll see you on the next video. And as always, let's make this money.